Hello, I am Lakuta and welcome to episode 1 of my ChatGPT only series. Before I get into the episode, let me first say that if you haven't watched episode 0, please check it out. It explains the rules and the backstory of Briar. Now with that out of the way, I want to get into what items that Briar needs to obtain in order for his curse to be lifted. These items were completely randomized by ChatGPT, and I siphoned through them to make sure they are all possible under our current rules. Some of the items are quite easy to obtain, some are very difficult, and a few may seem easy at first glance, but may cause a bit of an issue for Briar to obtain. So without further ado, here is the list of 16 items needed. First is an uncut onyx. The only ways for Briar to get his hands on an uncut onyx is through the 1 in 1000 drop from Skotizo or by buying it from the SAR shop. All other ways are not available for Briar due to the rule set. The next item is just a nature rune. It can be obtained in a lot of different ways, dropped by many creatures, as well as a few item spawns and shops. But to make it a bit more interesting, Briar will be tasked in creating his own nature rune, requiring 44 runecrafting in order to obtain. This symbolizes his need to be one with nature. Next is a Mystic Air Staff. Again, this one isn't too difficult, as it is dropped by a few monsters and bosses. However, the monsters that do drop this are a little higher level, like Dust Devils being level 93 and requiring level 65 Slayer to slay. Next is a holy symbol, forcing Briar to make his own unblessed symbol. He could have a monk at the monastery bless it for him, however the druids want him to prove his divinity by blessing it himself, requiring 50 prayer and a holy book. The next item is a clean Renar weed. Although this item isn't overall too difficult to obtain, it does force Briar to learn and use some of his herblore skills in order to clean the herb. The Tome of Fire. An item that most Ironmen look at getting early on, and Briar is no different. He will have to spend a lot of time fighting in the Winterdot prison. A White Lily. Briar will have to prove that he can master the art of farming, since you can only get the seeds from his spory. Briar will also have to prove he is a formidable foe. Next is a leaf-bladed sword, requiring 55 Slayer and a bit of luck when killing Turoths. It will test Briar's resolve in order to obtain it. Next is a Draconic Visage. Fighting dragons for this rare drop will test Briar's determination and perseverance. As mentioned earlier with the holy symbol, Briar will need a holy book in order to bless the symbol, and having that as one of the items he needs to complete seems fitting. So Briar will have to complete the Saradomin book by completing many clue scrolls in order to get the pages for it. The Dragon Pickaxe forces Briar to enter unforgiving territory by traveling into the wilderness to slay the bosses that drop the pickaxe. Callisto and Venenatis are not allowed to be slain due to my rule set, so that limits us to Vedion and Chaos Elemental for this. The Volcanic Mine is also off limits because the druids feel like Briar needs to test his courage by venturing into dangerous lands. The Fire Cape is one of RuneScape's most iconic items. It's a perfect mid-game item to strive for. It also forces Briar to use the skills and items he has found along the way to attempt this trial. The Infinity Boots are a perfect test of patience and will, as Briar will have to tackle the Mage Training Arena in order to get these boots. The Crystal Weapon Seed seems like a straightforward item, however Prifdinous will always be off limits for Briar, due to him never being able to hunt anything. Instead, the seed can be obtained by fighting in Last Man Standing, proving he is a warrior to be meddled with. Skotos is another challenge for Briar, as it will take an insane amount of patience and determination to acquire. Collecting the totems needed will take a long time on its own. And finally, the last item Briar will need is the Infernal Cape. One of RuneScape's most difficult challenges, rewards the player with one of RuneScape's most sought after items. This will bring Briar to the brink of sanity as he attempts the hardest trial he will have to complete. Now that that's out of the way, now that we know what we need, it's time to hit the ground running. Each item brings us closer to new heights. Okay, so allow me to explain kind of where this what this account is, what the objective is, what the kind of restrictions are. So the first restriction is that we are a vegetarian. We can't eat any meat, we can't harm any animals, no killing passive animals. And what I mean by passive animals is just anything that you would call an animal in real life. So like cow, chicken, dog, anything like that. We can't harm any of that stuff. This imp here is not technically an animal, so we can harm it. The next restriction is that I am because we're a vegetarian, we don't want to be hunting and we don't want to be fishing. So our hunting and fishing will be a level 1 this entire playthrough. It locks out a lot of things like Prifness. You need the 70 hunting to finish Song of the Elves. And the fishing locks us out of a bunch of quests as well. The next thing is we have to self-source our food. So we have to grow our own food, and we have to use the drops that we get from the animals from the creatures that we can slay in order to make our food, but it can't be anything meat. The next restriction is sustainable living, which means anything that we can't grow ourselves, we can't chop down. So in order to grow our woodcutting skill, we're gonna have to grow our own trees. As an added difficulty, we've got the 16 items to collect. So this is going to take a long time getting to level 10, so I'm just going to fast forward it and just get to level 10 thieving here, and I'll meet you back when I am level 10. Actually, I'm not sure if I said it in the clip or not, but we're trying to get to level 10 thieving because then we can thieve the farmers, and the farmers give us potato seed. Okay, and with this last pickpocket, should be 10 thieving. So we can now pickpocket farmers. Now before I go to the farmers, I'm going to actually have to get 7 cooking. And the only way I can do that without cooking meat is actually by doing bread. So I'm going to go buy a few pots from the general store and go make some bread just to get to level 7 cooking. So I'm here at the mill, just grinding up some wheat. I'm actually not going to keep this food because I didn't actually grow it myself, but I'm just going to use it to level up to level 7, just so that I can cook the potatoes that I farmed. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out the best place to cook this bread, because I need a water source close to a range, and I can't use the cook's range because I can't do cook's assistant because of the egg requirement, and I can't use eggs because they are from chickens. So I'm thinking I have to run over to Port Sarim every time I'm filling up an inventory here. I know there's a range here, but the closest water source is right there. I think I'll try the Port Sarim method first. And since I'm running by the farming shop here, I'm going to pick up some farming tools because we're going to be doing a lot of farming on this account. So I'm just going to run in here, grab a rake, a spade, seed dibber, and I might start raking some. Do I need a gardening trowel? No, I think I'm going to just get those 3 for now. I'm going to start raking some patches just to get some levels really quick as well. Okay, the first inventory here. Hopefully I don't burn too many. It's not too far bad to run. While I pickpocket here just to gather some potato seeds and some starting cash, I want to talk about a couple things. Firstly, I want to talk about who I am. Since this is my first series on YouTube, I feel some of you may be curious who I am. I am Lakuda. I started playing RuneScape about 15 years ago. The first account I ever had, I played for a few years until it got hacked and couldn't recover it. I then took a few-year break just due to devastation, to be honest. Then one day at work, I happened to have a conversation with a coworker, and he mentioned he was playing RuneScape, which then birthed this multi-year addiction again. I have multiple accounts. I have a main. I've had 2 hardcore Ironman, both made it to 1700-ish total before dying. And I've had UIM that I actually want to get back into soon. I'm new to content creation, so please be patient with me. However, I am a very determined individual. When I get my mind set on something, and I will continue to improve and make better and better content for you guys to enjoy. The next thing I want to discuss is the kind of roadmap of this account. So obviously the goal is to collect all 16 items that ChatGPT has randomized for us. Most of them are a distant goal. However, there are a few that we can knock off pretty early on. I think the first item we're going to aim for is the nature rune. We'll have to complete rune mysteries and start training up rune crafting, and I think the best way of doing that is to get level 10, then complete Temple of the Eye, allowing us to enter Guardians of the Rift, which will stay there until level 44, so we can craft that nature rune to complete the first item off the list. After that, I think we should get some early quests done, but remember, anything that involves any animal byproduct is not allowed, so quests like Cook's Assistant and Gertrude's Cat, they're not allowed for this account. Another thing I should mention, there's going to be one exception to the rule set, and that is the meats for Druidic Ritual. However, if the meat can be obtained by not harming the animal, I will obtain it that way instead. But I knew this exception would have to be made since herblore is going to be a large part of this account. And the last thing I want to bring up, currently in my mind, all of Mauritania is restricted to this account. This is because of the quest Priest in Peril. Now, at first glance, it seems like this quest is completely doable. In fact, one of the randomized items at first was an Inquisitor's Mace from the Nightmare, and I initially had put it in the document because I thought it was perfectly okay. During Priest in Peril, you have to kill the Temple Guardian, which under the OSRS wiki states that it is in fact a dog, which is against my rule set. But my research into the matter, a lot of people disagree with the fact it is a dog. So my question to you guys is, should I count the Temple Guardian as a dog? I'm more leaning towards banning the quest, but let me know in the comments what you guys think. Okay, so because I'm bad at this whole YouTube thing, I accidentally muted my mic when I was doing this. So this is a post recording for the audio. So basically, I was just saying that I was going to rake these the spirit tree as well as the allotment patches near Falador there, just to get the weeds so that we can turn them into compost um, and use that compost to pay for the potatoes, because the potatoes use 2 buckets of compost to make sure that they grow. And because of how rare the potato seeds are early game, I figured it would be really helpful to guarantee that they are that they'll grow. So if you didn't know, you can actually use weeds to make compost. I've been doing it as an Ironman for as long as I've been doing the Ironman mode. And here I was about to go plant the potato seeds, but I realized that we should probably wait till the compost is done. So I decided to run over to Draenor and just pick up the Chronicle and a few teleport cards, just to help for future. I think I picked up 4 teleport cards just for now, just to save a little bit of time later on. And since I was passing through Draenor, it just felt right to pick them up there. And then since the compost is still going, still got to take a little bit of time, I figured I would come over and just start Restless Ghost really quick. And that leads us to where we are now. I just realized that the mic was off, so I just had to do a little post recording there for the audio. But I'm back now. So we're just gonna go run and do Restless Ghost really quick. And as I was saying in the clip before, when my mic was muted, this quest for some reason sticks out to me when I was from when I was young playing this game. I feel like this is kind of the first quest I ever did, even before Cook's Assistant. Also, I had a account check show up while I was in the middle, and I grabbed that just for the lamp. I'm gonna hold it in the inventory. I'm not sure what I'm gonna use that on yet. But yeah, so I'm gonna rush through this quest really quick. It's a pretty easy one. It's pretty straightforward. So I'm just gonna rush through it just to make sure that it gets done quickly here. Okay, and here we are at the end of Restless Ghost. Just gonna put the skull back in here and get it finished here. Let me know in the comments what I can do to make it better for you guys as well. I'm always trying to improve. Um, so yeah, there's the quest complete for Restless Ghost. And now I'm just gonna basically wait until the compost is ready, and then I'll plant these potato seeds, and that'll probably be the end of this episode. I want to get this episode out for you guys just so I can get some advice, and I don't want to keep you guys waiting for too long. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking so far, and let me know what I can do differently to make it a little smoother, a little better for you guys. Like I said, I want to improve. I want to get better. I want to bring good pretty good content for you guys. I'm currently trying to learn a bit of Blender just to make some nice thumbnails, maybe some nice scenes for the intro and the outro. And I'm also still trying to learn DaVinci to edit the videos. So if it's not super smooth, I am in the midst of learning it. I'm watching videos every day. I'm fooling around with it every day, just trying to, you know, get better. Like I said, I want to make good content for you guys. But yeah, I'll see you over at the farming patch when the potatoes are ready, or when the potatoes are planted. Okay, and the compost is ready here. So we're just gonna empty the compost here, and then I'm gonna plant the potatoes, and I'm gonna call that the episode. Um, like I said in the last clip, if you guys have any suggestions, any advice, what you want to see, what you want me to do better, please let me know. I want to improve. I want to do better. Um, but yeah, so after we plant these potato seeds, I'm gonna call the episode. Next episode, I think we're gonna tackle rune mysteries and the Temple of the Eye quest line there, and we're probably gonna start rune crafting. We're gonna get that rune crafting level up to 44, hopefully next episode, so we can get knock off our first item, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, and that will end the episode here. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the time you took to watch this video. Please comment, like, subscribe, tell me what I can do better. Everything helps. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.